Well, hey there, everybody. I hope you guys are having a good start of the week here. It's I guess technically Tuesday morning. I just got home from work a little bit ago, and I had seen first this particular story come up as I was out working, and I thought, yeah, I think I should probably talk about this. And considering somebody in a comment section of a past video I've done about this went and said, oh, you have you heard about this new development? And I said, yeah, I kind of have, but I've been out working most of the night, so I hadn't got a chance to actually do a video talking about it. So I thought I would. But before I do that, if you are new to the channel, or you're new to hockey in general, and you've come across the channel, I'm very, very happy that you're here. And if you enjoy the content, it would be absolutely awesome. It would be greatly appreciated if you'd hit the like button. Also, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified anytime future videos are uploaded, you can tap that little bell, and it will notify you anytime future videos of mine are uploaded. So I've done a couple of videos talking about Flyers prospect Ivan Fedotov. And, how it looked like last year he was going to come over. It seemed like he was all ready to go. He was all ready to come on over and join the Flyers for last season. Well, then some stuff went down. He goes missing in Russia and all that. All of a sudden, he turns up and he's in the Russian Navy because they have mandatory. You have to do mandatory 1-year military service. Now, unless you're playing for what I believe CSKA Moscow is, it's either CSKA or SKA St. Petersburg. It's one of the two. Is considered the Red Army team, what the old Red Army team was. So if you play for them, that basically counts toward your military service. Well, he didn't, he didn't perform his military service, I guess, and he kind of disappeared, and then all of a sudden he turns up and he's in the Russian Navy. So he goes and he does his military service. The Flyers go and they he's signed a contract with them. He's signed a contract with the Philadelphia Flyers. Now, the Flyers had went because they were hoping he was going to be with them this past season. Well, after, the whole military service and all that, they were figuring, okay, now his military service is done, so now he can come over here. Well, then he turns around, even though he has a valid contract with the Philadelphia Flyers. It's been tendered to the league office, everything. It is valid. He decided to turn around and sign a 2-year contract with CSKA of the KHL, which seemed weird because it's like, wait a minute. He's got a valid contract over here. How can he sign another contract if he's got a valid contract already over there? And I know this kind of sparked a whole thing with about their recent the Flyers first round draft pick from this past year, Matvei Michkov, because he has a contract in the KHL up until 2026. And I know I was kind of thinking, well, if Fedotov can go have a valid contract with the Flyers, but go in right ahead and turn around and sign a contract with the KHL team, and have no, and even though there were like transfer agreements, there were agreements in place between the NHL and the KHL. Although those agreements kind of, I think, ended like a year or so ago or 2 years ago. But it was still kind of a good faith kind of thing that, you know, hey, you got a valid contract here. You can't sign a contract. You can't sign a second contract at the same time to play for another team in another league when you currently have a valid contract here. Unless it's considered a loan, so to speak. So what's happened now is Fedotov, he has been awarded with a contract for the 2023-24 season to be with the Philadelphia Flyers. So because of this, because of him turning around and signing with CSKA, he violated the rules of the IIHF, the International Ice Hockey Federation. Because they have rules. They have their own rules for stuff like this. And he, along with CSKA, were found to be in violation of these transfer regulations that the IIHF have. So what has happened is he has been suspended for the next 4 months up until the end of the 2023. So he will not be able to play in any international game, because it says here in this little tweet here from Puck Report NHL, and it talks, the IIHF regulations state that Fedotov was given 2 weeks to go back to Philadelphia or obtain a release from the Flyers. Fedotov did not do either in that time span, and he has national/international games starting on September 1st. And CSKA Moscow has also been banned for a year from completing international transfers. So they can't do any international transfers for the next year. And Fedotov is not going to be allowed to play, apparently, with either international games, or apparently he's not going to be able to play with CSKA either. So it's basically, he's been given the choice: you either go to Philadelphia, because Philadelphia has the right to your contract. They signed a valid contract with Fedotov before CSKA did. So according to the IIHF, either he goes back to Philadelphia or he doesn't play. He can't play internationally, and apparently reading up on this, at least up until December 31st of 2023, he can't play with CSKA either. So either he goes and reports to the Flyers, or he still doesn't play hockey until at least the end of this calendar year. So I don't know. And it says with the IIHF deeming Fedotov had a valid contract, some suspensions will come into effect with some foul play from Fedotov and CSKA. Fedotov will face the following suspension: a 4-month suspension on playing in official national and international games during playing periods. So up until December 31st of this year, the suspension shall take effect on September 1st, which is CSKA's first regular season game, and will conclude December 31st, 2023. So he will not be able to play at all, either international play or in KHL play, because he has a valid contract with the Philadelphia Flyers. And it says, while it is not any NHL games, it's still a long-term suspension that will prevent Fedotov from representing Russia on the international stage. He previously represented Russia at the 2021 Winter Olympics, earning a silver medal, which is what put him on the Flyers' radar in the first place, because they saw what he potentially can bring to the table, and the fact he's big, he's tall, he's like 6'7" or 6'6", 6'7", something like that. He's tall, but he put up some amazing numbers, and the Flyers saw that and were like, we want to bring this kid in. We want to bring him in. We want to put him in our system, which is fully understandable. Why wouldn't you? But with this, it seems like he's got a choice. He either reports to the Philadelphia Flyers and at least plays in the Flyers organization for the 2023-24 season, or he doesn't play at all for at least the remainder of this calendar year. So it's interesting, the twists and turns with this goaltender in his mid-20s, who's, the Flyers saw something in him. They drafted him in 2015 in the 7th round, and it said here, he was originally selected by the Flyers the 7th round of the 2015 draft, and has developed into a star goaltender in Russia, which is why they wanted to bring him over. That's why they signed him. And when they signed him, he did not have a contract with the KHL at the time. The Flyers signed him to a contract because he was not under contract in the KHL or anywhere. He was a complete free agent. No contract with CSKA, no contract with SKA, no contract with any KHL team. That's why the Flyers signed him. They signed him to this entry-level, this one-year entry-level deal. And like I said, it seemed like he was all ready to come over last year. And then the whole Russian military thing happened, and he gets thrown into the military. He does his military service, so that's all done. And that's where, because in previous videos, that's where I had thought, all right, cool. This is all behind him now. Now he can come over. He's free and clear to come on over and join the Flyers. And then to turn around and go and sign a 2-year contract with CSKA, I couldn't understand it. I'm like, why? Why would he do that? After everything that they just put him through in Russia, why would you re-sign there? Unless, of course, we all know Russia. They're not the Soviet Union anymore, but they're really not much. They're not really that far removed from being a Soviet style, government. They still do a lot of Soviet style activities there. Threatening somebody's family if they were to defect, or if they leave or whatever. So who knows? That might have been something here of why they had him, of why he signed to stay there. Maybe they threatened his family. I don't know. I haven't heard anything like that in any of the stories, but would I put it beyond Russia to do something like that? No, because they've done it before. It is stuff that they have done before with athletes and non-athletes. So, but it is this pesky little thing, this little contract that the Philadelphia Flyers have with him. It is valid. It was submitted to the league office. It was deemed valid by the National Hockey League, and now the International Ice Hockey Federation has deemed the Flyers contract valid also. So to me, Fedotov has the choice. Either report to Philadelphia for training camp and, see what happens, see if you can potentially make the team for at least the 1 year, for at least the 23-24 season, or he's not going to be able to play at all until the start of 2024. What he decides to do, I don't know. I really don't know. I honestly think I want to see him come over. I do want to see him come over. I want to see what he can do in Philadelphia. I really do. I mean, Philadelphia has been they've needed goaltending for a long time. And the potential for this kid to be, if he's anywhere as good, as what he has been, if he could be that way in Philadelphia, there's no reason he couldn't be the starter in Philadelphia. But I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. And whether or not he comes over, I don't know. That's and the crazy thing is, we're already in August. We're already August 15th. We're not that far away from training camp starting. Training camp is probably a month away, maybe. It's one thing that I always look forward to when it comes to my birthday, because I know when my birthday rolls around, NHL training camps aren't that far away. I always look forward to that. Right around my birthday, I'm like, awesome! Training camp's going to be opening up soon. So that's probably about a month away. Training camp is probably about a month away, and then you'll have preseason games, and then first part of October, we're back into the NHL season. So I guess we'll have to see what more develops. But it looks like some more Ivan Fedotov drama continues. It's another part of it, I guess. And I guess according to the IIHF, he either reports to Philadelphia or he does not play at all for the remainder of 2023. So, we'll have to wait and see, and just keep following this situation. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think Fedotov comes over? Do you think he decides, okay, I want to play hockey? Does he just say, all right, screw it, I'm going to come over, play for Philadelphia, play the 1 year, and then that's it? And then go back to Russia? Or, what do you think? What do you think he does? Again, I'd like to see him come over. I'd like to see what he could do for the Philadelphia Flyers. I'd love to see what he could potentially do in training camp. And, I think it could be interesting to see. I think he would look pretty good in the Flyers uniform. And yeah. So let me know what you guys think. Does he come play for Philadelphia, or does he decide he's just going to sit out and not play any hockey for the KHL or international hockey for the remainder of 2023? Let me know what you guys think. Again, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. Also, if you really enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button. Hit that little bell too, in case you want to be notified anytime future videos are uploaded. And yeah, it's almost like it's almost like a soap opera kind of thing, where does this go next? Does he come over? Does he not? Let me know what you guys think. Again, hit like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.